Trimester 3, Part 3 is the culminating, massive, final project for the students to end the year with. It's on viewing Minnesota through the lens of immigration. The essential questions start with, what brings people to Minnesota? Then, what can we learn about the history of Minnesota through investigating the people who have populated the area through the centuries? What can we learn about Minnesota through learning our own family's immigration story? And this is connecting back to Project One, where they did the My Oral History narrative. Then what people groups lived in the area before your home or city was established there? So this is getting to the local situation. Who were the indigenous people in the land that you now call home? What can the voices of displaced people groups teach us about our present society in Minnesota? This ties back to the people who were in Minnesota before the Western Europeans arrived, and how some people ended up being displaced as a result of these population groups of people interacting with each other. And so that's an important question to address. What kind of information would a present-day immigrant to Minnesota need to know, want to know, like to know, and be surprised to know about Minnesota? Now, that final question is going to be centered on the culminating project that the students will be doing. Many standards are going to be covered in this project, and many technology standards will also be covered. The overview of our project sketch is that the students are going to explore the history, natural features, government, and economic framework of their state through the lens of immigration. Now, they have been studying these things, but now they're going to take a different point of view, and they're going to view these things through the lens of immigration. After establishing base knowledge in the history of immigration in Minnesota, the students will work in small groups of 4 to 5 students to create knowledge they will publish for the benefit of prospective immigrants to the state. Each group will select a country to investigate and establish reasonable questions a family from that country would be considering as they contemplate their decision to immigrate to another place on the globe. The students will investigate the answers to their questions and prepare a presentation to give both to their class, to another class, and to publish online as a wiki. So the assessments will cover participation. Student engages in collaborative learning by pulling their own weight and makes individual and group reflections concerning the project process and the final results. Content elements. Student writing is historically accurate, shows analysis and interpretation. Topic is placed in historical context, displays wide research, uses available primary resources. Research is balanced. Relation to theme. Students clearly relates topic to theme, demonstrates significance of topic to history, and is able to make connections of topic to present-day issues. Clarity of presentation. The student produces a website that is original written material, clear, appropriate, organized, and articulate. In addition, the website has visual impact, uses multimedia effectively, and actively involves viewers. These standards come from the Minnesota Day of History Standards for a website. The competition in Minnesota History Day contest is optional in terms of there may be students who are still in competition, even though the local school one takes place in February. There's the regions and then the state and the nationals that will be going on during the third trimester. Resources. So there will be using the Minnesota Historic Society as a resource, their textbook, their online textbook, the Northern Lights Interactive ebook, and then the prior training, all the things that they have been learning in the other projects to prepare them for this are covered in the prior learning. And then the management, the cooperative work will take place in class 80% of the time and about 20% of the time outside of class. Individual work on personal family history will take place at home through primary source interviews. Group work and discussion will take place in class, online. Work, each group will have a shared document where they can interact with each other as they prepare their information for publication. So this could be something like a Google Docs. We're also going to be taking a field trip to the Minnesota History Museum. And at the end, we're going to attend a city council meeting to unveil the class's wiki page, or website that they created as a result of this project. So this has some differentiation. The students will take roles within the collaborative project to work on the aspects and parts that most interest them, work well with their intelligence and academic strengths. And for closure, following the presentations, the students will assemble their findings into a class wiki for publication on the web. This will give them a real-world audience and an opportunity for real-world feedback. They will write a personal reflection on what they know now about the questions posed in the class, and they will articulate their personal view on the issue of immigration and provide evidence to support their opinion from history and primary resources they encountered during the project. The class will attend an unveiling of their wiki project at a local city council meeting, and several students from the class will share with the public about their class project and what they hope to contribute to the Global Knowledge Bank. And then at the end, we have the bibliography of all the resources that were used for this project. And that concludes this Minnesota History Hybrid course that has 5 parts.